All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for a
Made in Abyss, Season 2, Episode 3.
All right.
A village.
A village.
Of people?
Of probably people. They definitely have that kind of Mitty-like appearance where they're like been transformed by the Abyss. They also don't have any kind of singular like feature. They're all very unique and,
very different.
Yeah.
But then there was also that ominous line at the end of the previous episode where it's like, we didn't yet know that, you know, humans can't leave this place and retain their human form. I'm sorry, what? What exactly are we getting into this episode?
And narrator? Okay.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't exactly sound like Rico or Reg or Nanachi, so...
The one bit of hope that I'm holding out for with this show is that the whole point is that the characters have to be cute while they suffer. So we can't actually have all the characters transform into different kinds of creatures unless those creatures are also cute at the same time.
I honestly thought that, like, 70% of the village members were super cute myself, so I think I'm kind of fucked in that regard.
Well, all right, fair. But I mean, if Rico got turned into a Mitty, you know, I feel like that'd be kind of hard to.
No, I don't think so. No.
I mean, hey, maybe I just don't know the depths that this show will go to. I'm so
Yes, that's very true. Very true. Indubitably, my good sir. Yes, we are irrevocably fucked in that regard. Yes. But seriously, with Made in Abyss as a show, giving us a safe place in the sixth layer, safe.
I doubt it.
No, but literally, it's literally immune to the effects of the Abyss in here. That was the whole thing of them going through that whole little bubble and stuff. So, but them also being stalked by someone that might not necessarily be
friendly, part of the village,
or even an enemy. It could be an actual friend. You know,
if the village isn't necessarily bad, maybe, or if the village is potentially bad, then maybe the fact that this person isn't part of the village means they're actually helpful.
Thing,
you know, that's a good thing.
Yeah. But yeah, we will have to see what the state of the beings in this village is, what kind of potential learning we're going to get exposition-wise in this episode. It could be very much the furious note-taking comes after this episode.
Right.
So, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. Village of the Hollows. Okay. See, like, some of them are super cute. Look at them! Look at them with the little beak!
See,
the music.
This show has such gorgeous visuals that even though I know it's lulling me into a false sense of security, I can't stop it from working.
What is it?
It's stairs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, remember the thing we passed through at the door?
But even so, I can imagine it would be a bit tough
scary.
Just a bit. Because she's also the only one that'll get affected by it, right?
Yeah, I would assume Nanachi
is immune by now.
Yeah, the main thing with Nanachi is I could see there being some extreme resistance, and it's more that she's never experienced the strongest versions of the Abyss's curse. I love how big this area, though, is. Oh, shit. Yeah. We don't know what's going on here. Oh.
Okay. Alright. Okay, that's cool. That one looks like a helmet.
Yeah. Huh. Nice smelling fluffy one. What?
Oh. So they got turned into like a gas or something?
Yeah. Because smells is clearly not the literal thing. He's limited in his speech to be able to communicate. That's fascinating. Okay. Yeah, it's just a proper village of...
All right.
Oh. And they found a way to live and everything. Yeah. Oh.
Okay.
Wait. He said things and not things.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit sus already.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool. Ah, you must pay!
Right, right.
Wait.
Oh, God.
No.
No.
Yeah.
You change into value.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Uh-huh. It's the same thing, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. She's really getting into the... Oh! yeah, exactly. Oh.
Okay.
Oh, because they're immortal. They don't need to eat or anything like that. It's just what gives them... Whoa.
Huh.
Cannot leave.
Well, and becoming hollows here.
Yeah. Whoa. Whoa, yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh, that's a penis!
That one's real cute.
Oh! Hey. Wasn't it a grave crime to touch something that has value?
Yeah. Oh, no. Oh, God.
What the hell?
So, what about all the stuff that they had been told?
Yeah. Maybe Mania's not dead and something... Maybe he's trying to help it, maybe? Hold on. Yeah. What's going on? Yeah. That sounds like horrific pain.
That thing's toast now.
Oh, shit. It committed a crime.
Yeah.
It was not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
I was wondering, like...
What happened?
Balancing, you know?
Uh-huh. Oh, God.
Taking something of value from it. And because she can't determine its value... Oh, my God.
Mm-hmm.
Oh! And because there's limitless value...
Right. So it's... Whenever Rico says stop, that's enough?
The fact that it's transmuted into this money.
Yeah, this feels very, like, Spirited Away.
Oh, it's older than... Yep, this is what I was worried
Shit.
Whoa. Whoa. Huh? I think Rico's starting to be able to take context clues.
What if they just didn't quite understand the language and then miscommunicated and all of a sudden...
Sure, sure. You stay calm. Don't freak out. Aww. Hello.
That is a wonderful design.
Yeah. Whoa. Okay, yeah, this is a society. Yeah. I was waiting for that. The food of this place is actually safe for humans. That's the point, though. Because they actually get humans down here.
Okay. I guess those are technically bees flying around it, so...
Right, right.
You know.
But yeah, you're just gonna get the runs. Yep, exactly. That's why they have the toilet there. The toilet's like, good value, good value.
Oh, God. Oh. Ah, it's the evil Laputa. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Yes, let's not split the party. Good idea. I like that they keep always somebody by Rico. He has to measure the value of it. Right. He's like, I don't. Whoa. Fired like a blast of some kind.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
All right.
It is a white whistle.
Wow.
Oh, shit. Whoa.
Oh, that's the little girl from...
Uh-huh. Yeah, it is. Oh, my gosh. Yeah. Follow us, yeah. Mm-hmm. Cool. I feel like it was just about time for us to get some updates with this crew here.
Yep.
I'm loving the pacing so far.
And the fact that even back then with these people at the beginning of this generation of humans exploring the Abyss, these people were still down there.
Golden City. Whoa. Ah! Oh, shit. Yeah, one of those.
Okay.
Oh, right. Yeah, obviously she's the narrator. Vueko.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, boy.
All right. Season 2 starting off really strong. We got our first legit scare here with one of the village members taking Menya and believing that Menya had no value because of the way this world works here. If something has value, then it is a crime to touch it in any way. Yep. And if you were to then take it, you would then have value extracted from you until
to make up
balance
the
had been
difference.
restored to make up the difference. Which
The
basically
pound of flesh, literally.
it's literally the pound of flesh,
Yeah.
and it's something that would keep violence and or conflict in this village to zero unless you were outside the village, and thus
In which case anything goes.
Anything can happen.
So
and that's
it's
where
the-
Faputa comes in with the I have power, I have might, I demand an audience or something.
Right.
So
but then also the
here we go.
oh, if they value you so much, Rico, and everybody else, maybe don't leave the village.
Yep.
Because, hey, then they just go out there with you and suddenly it's all good.
Oh, it's all good. Yep. And
okay.
there was some very like creepy moments just in general with the whole idea of one, slavery, but two, the idea of like, oh, human children are the most valuable.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait a
Your
minute,
skin,
wait
your
a minute.
eyes, your flesh, your whatever. Yeah.
Right, but like, hold on. Why though?
Yeah.
Because think about it, y'all.
Uh-huh.
If these are very like, abyss-like creatures, where it's they probably don't need to eat. They probably have no real like worry of dying under like survival-based causes and stuff.
Sure.
They're just trying to have desires that can end up being satisfied so that they can at the very least have some kind of enjoyment in life.
Yeah, and
know.
I mean, what is life in general other than like pursuing different desires and things
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that, right? So
Their lives are very simple.
they're very simple, but
Yeah.
but they're able to they have lives, right?
Yeah.
Certainly more than Mitzi was able to.
But thus, greed is the motivating factor for this world state.
Yay!
Money and the desire to have what you don't have.
Some things don't change.
And it's interesting because it's slightly close to envy, but the idea is that some of them seem to also have the desire to just have as much value as possible.
Well, right, because each person values different things, and I like that it's something where even though they have the currency so that they can interact with each other, because otherwise,
Right.
how would they?
How
right?
would they? Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
But that's the objective medium that they can use to get the things that they value more than others, right? And so, if you like tubes running through your body, there you go, right?
Cool, there's your thing.
You get that. It'd
If you want to have little ones that just nestle around you to
yeah.
make you feel like you have company, and it's
Right.
like,
if you
yeah,
want to have things that
absolutely.
you slice up into pieces, then you can do that, right? And you'll be able to buy low and hold because other people don't value those things maybe as much
Right.
as you do. But okay, we're in this situation. As far as for why they might want human children, there's things that come to mind of body swapping or kind of stuff like that.
Or
If they want
creating
a whole
vessels.
thing or creating vessels and all that, because maybe they want to regain their humanity in some way.
yep.
But in the situation that we're in right now, the party's split. Reg is dealing with a big robot thing and a character from the
prequel
group. So, okay, awesome.
So they are ancient.
They're ancient. Love the design, by the way. It's a
Yes.
very cool design. Princess of the Hollows.
And,
Awesome.
And also the way in which they feel like they're a very humanoid extension of this world where we have hollows and stuff like that feel, they were human or something at some point.
They have their new thing.
But
that they're
they've
doing.
clearly been changed and
Yep.
stuff by the Abyss. Whereas this one, Faputa, no, there's a lot of humanity still there. And it's just, okay, what does she want? But also the idea that she just has someone that has almost like a White Whistle kind of look and garb and armor, but also a reg cannon and just
Right, is that a suit?
navigates around.
Is that a mechanical person like Reg? Yeah.
Who's to say? We'll find out.
If it is a person in a suit, how do they have a human in there when this is someone who's from a long time ago? Is it that there's people that, like the next generation becomes the knight of the princess? Or is it that they're kept alive somehow?
To just bring a little bit of context here, remember Bondrewd? Bondrewd was not fully human anymore.
Not human in there, yeah.
No, so I don't think we can assume anything about the biology of entities that are inside of suits or anything like that. Especially, and this is something I love that they brought up here, the idea that Magikaja is a gas of some kind, potentially.
It was
not
transformed
solid.
into smell.
Yeah, whatever that
Okay.
means. I'm guessing gas of some kind, a
Right.
a non-liquid or solid state of matter.
Yep, and so then you get a body with mechanical contraptions and things, and
it's
if he's a gas,
like very
pressurized, and then probably because he's a gas, that's how he manipulates it, you know, and this way they're able to interact with the rest of this society. Awesome. That's like, it's something, you know, we got a lot of cool, inventive world building that's very fascinating and whatnot, while at the same time getting that extra dose of suffering that Made in Abyss is known for.
Yes.
And I gotta say, as far as a way to bring it up and have it hit different than the other times that we've seen suffering in the show, so that that way it doesn't just, you know, we don't feel numb to it. Having it be something that is as a result of a decision of the main character, I really like that. Because yes, of course, it's the what the fuck are you doing to Menya, right? No, Menya, I can't just put a value on Menya. You know, it's too valuable, right? And then all of a sudden, okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. And now...
Yeah, no questioning it at all.
Nope.
Showing that there's no malice or anything with regards to what's happening to the one, you know?
Yeah, absolute respect for the harm that was done, right? And it's just the, I guess that was something valuable. Okay, don't worry. You know, it will be made right.
Right, which means the guardian protection system of this village was listening to what Rico was saying, understood it, took it in, and thus weighed and measured the hollow and was like, you don't have enough, so we're going to take everything. We're going to slice you up and divvy you out. And then as they were given out to the people that would probably give the most value for that, then all that money and value was collected up and given to
Rico.
To Rico, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, the thing that's so chilling about this is that all the members of the village benefited in some small way because they were provided with the opportunity to buy at the exact market value of whatever those specific things were.
It's a government seizes your assets and then auctions it off. It's
exactly like that.
Shit.
But the horror of because we really don't have any grid for hollows other than Nanachi and Mitty. Mitty was kind of like that, but Mitty was in some ways. Or in some ways, no. In this case, we're kind of learning that Nanachi is the unique one here. Mitty is more...
Mitty was more of the exception, and maybe...
Well, no, Mitty was the more normal one for all of these people in the village here.
Sure.
They're all kind of like Mitty, but with different levels of, like, you know... Of the curse. Because in some ways, Mitty had the double whammy, right? Whereas Nanachi has the limited aspect of it.
Yeah. One thing I'm actually curious about, given that this was a while ago that we watched season 1, but I recall that the reason that Mitty had to be killed with the cannon was because she would regenerate or something.
I don't think Mitty could die.
Okay, right. Maybe it was just her durability was really high or something.
Well, it was also there's no organs or specific things that are targeting.
Right, so you have to actually obliterate.
You have to literally
the
completely.
Body. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right. Yeah. But depending if that's something that is fairly normal for other hollows potentially, that also could be a way to showcase just how terrifying this black goop entity is or whatever that is able to do all of this stuff. If one of them does something that it doesn't like, nope, you're done. Right?
There's a possibility that the black goop stuff is either an extension of something or someone's will.
Sure.
Or it's the idea of it's a system that's been propagated by all the beings that have been here for over however many years. Right. But it's the thing that whatever is the leftover that wasn't taken from the value exchange gets absorbed into it and perpetuates this cycle,
Yeah, there were questions raised in this episode. For some of them through what was actually being said, what are they doing to Prushka? And the whole idea of the stone is in its not incomplete
we're refining
form.
it to give it more value.
Right.
It's okay,
cool,
interesting.
Right, but then stuff
that's also a personal thing. How do you raise its objective value?
Right.
Wait, then what is Prushka?
Yeah, and how does Prushka know that this is helping? Is there some
Prushka likes it
innate,
at the very least.
Right, exactly. So there's some innate sense that yes, this feels good. It very much like it gave me vibes of like some bug that goes into like a chrysalis, and then it's like the chrysalis is being chipped away. Good. I'm gonna
you know what I think it is?
Spread my new wings and grow.
I think that's exactly it. I think that what's happening here is that if Majikaja is the one that makes vessels, Prushka is being made ready to be put into a new vessel. So Prushka could essentially be reborn in some way here.
Okay, I like that. That's fun from a world building standpoint, and also potentially fun from a character standpoint, since Prushka still exists and is around, but to what degree? And so
Prushka can't entirely communicate, but Rico understands at the very least a little bit of what Prushka is experiencing, and it's kind of that similar thing to what happened with Rico when Mitty and Rico kind of connected in that moment at the end of season 1.
Right, and so if we end up getting a situation where potentially Prushka could get a new vessel where like her core is then put inside some other thing, so that way she can actually travel with them in a more physical,
and maybe communicate,
and
have
maybe
a voice
communicate
of some
kind. That would be awesome. I would love for that to happen.
And then this village could in some ways be redeemed in that way, because it's actually this is like the safest place here in the 6th layer. This is the best place to be. We help people find new ways of living. And
because it benefits us, because if we give them more value, then if they ever decide to, they have more stuff that they could then potentially give to us if they chose to. Right.
It's a new customer, it's a new producer potentially, and it also, in a weird way, might boost the village's value from the perspective of we have more people here. We have more.
And because of all of these things that have been set up, I could see us spending a large chunk of the season in this village. Or potentially a relatively small amount. Maybe it's just another couple episodes here before they move on. Who knows?
It really depends on what Faputa ends up kind of becoming in the story. Because I'm immediately worried just by the idea that this person has lived for so long. Because on some level, I'm more okay now with the villagers because we've seen their system of interaction. That is a closed loop. It makes sense. It has in some ways a net problem in that they need to have more people keep coming to the village in order for it to work. But the idea that there's at least 1 or 2 or 3 beings out there that they're aware of that could theoretically also be gathering value and bringing it to the village, like the one that stole their stuff or what have you.
Well, yes, but also I would say that because the value is not based on some objective thing, which would be silly if they tried to do that, right? But it's based on individual things. You could theoretically, it doesn't have to be a zero-sum system as far as like you could essentially create energy out of nothing. Because if one person does something that they don't necessarily value, or it's relatively easy for them to do, but it means a lot to someone else, then hey, you just made a bunch of value. It feels very much like the whole idea of like love, right? If one person does something that is a fairly trivial act for them to do, and yet it meant so much to that person because
the energy necessary to put into this thing generated more value than the energy rate. So you would, in some ways, maybe this is also the other fascinating thing with the idea of human children being exceptionally valuable, is that, we've seen the power of human children in the past. Human children put value onto things that defies logic and reason, but also specifically older humans put insane value on human children because of the maternal, paternal connection of like, I want to protect this little one.
Without all the potential creepy, scary stuff of if they were able to use the child for something.
That's
in which
just
case
reality.
They would, if that is the case, they would inherently get a insane amount of value from the hollows in the village because, oh God, this is how we could maybe get some of our humanity back.
Yep.
So
very true. I'm very excited to have Reg interact with someone who's atop someone that looks like him and potentially get some info here, because the Rico has the runs leads to Nanachi not being around here, but also I see what you're doing here, Maiden Abyss, by keeping certain mechanics away from certain things. The person who can read the consciousnesses is not interacting with the person when they literally would be able to the second they stepped out of the village.
And it's a very good reason for them to do so because, yes, maybe after what you've seen, don't leave Rico and Menya alone.
Right, but also the idea that we are now seeing a very clear trust from Nanachi that Reg is the strongest member of the party, is actually the most safe by themselves, whereas Nanachi is like, it's not just an emotional reason of being here. I think Nanachi is also like, well, I'm actually more familiar with Hollow stuff than you are, so it makes sense for me to be with Rico in this village of Hollows that is, like Nanachi was saying, not necessarily friends. This is enemy territory.
Yep.
We take ourselves very seriously here.
Exactly.
And while Rico is very excited to be in an area where she's learning tons of new stuff, she picks up little verbal cues and connection cues with the language, does get them an actual place to sleep and stuff, and it's like, holy shit, like, this is...
Yeah.
This is working really well.
Great. But,
But stuff is knocking, and let's see.
Although I'm less worried about the stuff that's knocking than the actual village itself.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
I'm flipped, man.
Oh man, no.
I'm the exact opposite. I'm very worried about someone that could live like that long.
On the one,
and seems more human than Hollow.
See, for a couple reasons. One, the design introduction is just so fucking cool.
It's so
like
good,
it's so cool.
It's so cool. Yes.
But two, I don't know. I feel like I just maybe it's because it's the armor. Here's this person
not,
shows up and
that's not Faputa. That's the
No, I know it's the knight. Yeah, no,
the knight.
Who cares? All of a sudden, I don't know why, but just for some reason I trust them. But makes no sense, but I'm very excited to see how that whole interaction goes down because I could see it being a conversation just as easily as a fight.
For sure. The prequel group was shown again, and I feel like it's the perfect time to do that.
Yep.
They also made it here to the 6th layer, obviously, so now we get the cool connection along with the very clear reveal that the little village girl is Faputa.
Yeah.
But then it's the idea of, wait, potentially some of the Hollows here could be members of the prequel group.
And we already suspected that, but this is confirmation type stuff. And if any conversation ends up happening between Reg and Faputa and her knight,
we can learn some
stuff. And since Reg has some similarities, I could see that being the reason why something different happens than all the other times that Faputa comes here.
Right. So I want to throw out the theory that Mazukan, I think that's his name, Wazukian, is her knight.
Okay, I like it.
Just for being big, but also there was something I was waiting for them to bring up as like a Reg connection with the prequel group, is that Voiko has the same kind of helmet as Reg, but definitely doesn't seem like they'll be the big knight, basically.
Well, I mean... But what if they were, and it was like an Iron Man 1 style thing where she's just in the chest piece and all the tubes that we see in the OP is just how she's controlling the thing?
Possibly.
Probably not,
but I don't think so, but I do want to throw out the idea that Belaf here is Majikaja, because Majikaja seems to be the one with the speech skill.
Oh...
And can speak both languages and stuff. And Belaf's thing is he can kind of understand the Abyss speak.
Although to be fair, given that the little girl is Faputa, Faputa doesn't necessarily have a connection to the village itself. Princess of the Hollows, but that could be from somewhere else. Given that the Hollows in the village speak the ancient language, not English or whatever language, the common tongue of the humans, right? Yeah. They don't necessarily have to be here because, if they are, then that would mean
continued on.
They could have continued on, and if they are here, then that would mean that they abandoned their original language and were just this other language is better because there are some Hollows who are not from our place.
Totally, but if they moved on, they also could have abandoned Faputa, and it's the thing of where Voiko did leave.
Well, yeah, we're
here
now. Now that we have the connection point to these past characters, we definitely need to see the way in which the little girl ended up becoming Faputa,
the Princess of the Hollows.
And I'm guessing that involved some canary in a coal mine experimentation stuff.
I could see that. Yes, I definitely could see that. I feel like it's also just the idea that she's not with the group. So at the very least, there was something that
happened
that sundered the group.
Right. At the very least, separated her from Waco.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. But all right, y'all,
Good
thank
stuff.
you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get an early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel.
We stream every weekday. The info's in the description.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all
next time.